Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Check out this epic view. Man, that's getting green. You guys may have noticed that you missed us a few weeks ago, and many of y'all have told me that you'd like to see the rest of the family. It's been brought to our attention that the whole family has not been on this channel in almost a month. Well, today I'm going to change that. I'm going to have a special guest, Alicia, my wife, someone that y'all haven't seen in a while. She's going to join me today for today's video while we tell you why we took a week off and what's been going on in our lives. But before we get to that, let's thank today's sponsor and the sponsor of this video, Brooklyn Bedding. Brooklyn Bedding has been in the mattress industry for over 25 years, known for top of the line, comfort and quality, but without the luxury price tag. They truly deliver the best sleep ever with mattresses custom made by the best craftsmen in the industry. Plus, if you're in the US, they ship conveniently to you for free from the Arizona factory. They offer different furnace options, heights and dimensions, even non-traditional sizes to fit right into your lifestyle. They really have something for everyone. So if you've been with us for any amount of time, you know a lot has happened in the last year. Like we went from traveling full-time in an RV as a family of 5 to living here in this house, also as a family of 5. But the one thing that did not change is the mattresses that we're sleeping on. One of the very first things we did to our RV before we decided to travel full-time is we knew we had to get rid of the stock mattresses. So we got hooked up with RVmattress.com, and they sent us a Brooklyn signature for our master bedroom. And when it came time to upgrade the kids' rooms, it was a no-brainer to go with Brooklyn Bedding again because we knew the comfort and the quality they provided. So they sent over 2 Dream Foam Essential Memory Foams for the girls' bedroom and the toy hauler. Well, when it came time to come off the road and settle down in a house, we reached out to RVmattress.com and they said no problem. Brooklyn Bedding is actually the parent company of RVmattress.com, except they specialize in mattresses for the home. So we decided to go with them again, and they hooked us up with a Sedona Elite for our master bedroom, and our boy Caden got an awesome tractor bed, and he is sleeping on a Brooklyn Essential. And the girls, well, we took the mattresses from the RV, the Dream Foam Essential Memory Foams, and hooked them up big time when we built new beds for their room. We know choosing a new mattress can be a huge decision. That's why Brooklyn Bedding offers a 120-night sleep trial, and they back it up with a limited lifetime warranty. Brooklyn Bedding delivers your mattress to your door for free anywhere in the United States. Plus, it comes rolled up in a box and is super easy to set up yourself, especially when you cut the vacuum seal and the mattress goes poof. And the best part about all this is that Brooklyn Bedding designs, assembles, and ships all their mattresses from their factory in Arizona. That means they're able to use premium materials at a reasonable price with no middleman to bring up the cost. We love our mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, and we think you would too. If you're in the market for a new mattress, head over to brooklynbedding.com. You can check the links in the description below or go to brooklynbedding.com/pavingnewpaths to get 30% off your order with the code PAVINGNEWPATHs. Once again, thanks to Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring this video and their continued support of this channel. Now, let me go find Alicia and we can tell you guys what we've been up to.
Well, hello. Long time no see, everyone. I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy that some of you even noticed that I haven't been around. I'm here today, though. I am here.
What have you been up to that you've been so busy you can't be on camera?
I have these 3 little friends who love to go all the places, spend all the money, and do all the things, and they don't leave a whole lot of time for me to come visit with you guys. But today, we've got Gran and Pawpaw babysitting, so here I am.
Y'all see that? I can't even film a video without it raining, let alone mowing the yards. But we are so busy that in order to film a video, we have to get babysitters because, well, there's not enough time for the things we need to accomplish.
Yes, we don't have enough hours in the day, enough daylight. A lot of times the weather just will not cooperate. I don't know, I do not remember East Texas being like this. Like, I feel like I'm in Florida at this point. There's so much rain, there's so much pollen. That's another reason I haven't been here, because I am just constantly blowing my nose and coughing 24/7. So if any of you have a tip about how to deal with pollen allergies, I would love it, because apparently my nose has said you haven't been in East Texas enough and it doesn't know what to do with all this pollen anymore. I was never like this as a kid, so I don't understand why all the things.
And because of the rain, that trailer right there pretty much stays hooked to that truck probably 9 or 10 days in a row before it gets unhooked, which is also why you don't see videos as often as we could be making them. Sure, you see me make videos with the trailer That's because it's just me. I'm already out there working. I'm just talking to you guys. But it's hard to bring your family to work to mow some yards.
He doesn't want to pay me what I'm worth, so I don't really work with him much. I just babysit. No, I'm kidding. It has been a week. Actually, it actually does feel like it's been a month. Like, progressively, as the year goes on, we just get more busy and more busy, which, if you're growing a business, is a wonderful thing because you would rather be busy than not. However, it just hasn't left a lot of time for filming. So why don't you tell them what all we've been up to?
Well, let's start with me since, well, I got lots to say. So you see that right there? And you see that right there? Actually, that right there. I'm showing you guys right there. That is the worst vehicle in the world to own if you happen to touch anything but pavement. Now, we went all over the country and never got this thing stuck. Except for when we came home to East Texas. Well, guess what? Now that we're home in East Texas, this thing still gets stuck.
Yeah, he sent me the pictures. The front of his truck was touching the dirt and he had a trailer hooked up to it. So that took some ingenuity to get it, I guess, unstuck, but you got it done. I do find it hilarious that, like, you only get stuck in East Texas because it won't quit raining. Literally the spot he took a picture of, you should show him the picture. It looks like dry ground, like the leaves are dry all on top, and then you can see underneath it's just swamp. Like, he just sunk so quick.
So yeah, I was doing a job and I actually had her mother with me and she left before me with a trailer. Sorry, I'm moving forward, the rain's coming in. She left first, pulling her trailer, and in order to get out of this driveway, you had to touch the ditch a little bit. She went through it no problem. I just got close to the ditch and it was like, whoop! And then I had to call the guy I was working for, who has a Dodge, after I made a bunch of Dodge insensitive jokes, to come pull me out of the mud. And he was nice enough not to rub it in my face, but he felt bad because, well, the truck got messed up. You'll see in the pictures I'm about to put on the screen, the little front piece that is just there for like a air dam deflector. Yeah, I decided not to be there anymore. And on the trailer, you see that jack? We also bent the jack because of the way the driveway was. So I couldn't unhook the trailer to get it off the truck to get it unstuck. And then I couldn't unhook it to get it off the truck at all until I fixed the jack. So after I got pulled out, I had to run right down the road about an hour to get a new jack thing. And then I had to run around the road another hour to a Ford dealership that had the front thing because, well, I'm extra and I'm not gonna drive a truck around that's got a flappy thing. My truck looked like it got beat up in a fight. As you were driving, the front was like...
Can I just say how different of personalities Kevin and I are when it comes to trucks? Because he's like calling me like, literally, I think the truck is totaled. Like, what he's damaged, this piece. I'm like, oh my, this is gonna be bad. He brings it home and I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see any damage. I don't know what we're talking about, until I looked like under the truck and then I can see the thing like hanging off. But yeah, that's definitely something. A, I would have never noticed it even got broken, maybe if I heard it. B, I sure wouldn't have spent money to replace it because who needs that little piece? We don't really care.
It rubbed the tire every time you turned. It was like a grinding noise. It was embarrassing, and I couldn't fix it until I fixed it. I had to go to a dealership with my bent jack on my trailer. And my truck was all floppy, and people were like, ooh, what'd you do?
He thought everyone was judging him.
They
and
were.
I told him, I assure you, no one except you notices these types of things. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't notice these types of things. But I want you to all know what I heard out of this story is that, yet again, a Dodge saved the Ford. Can you please stop making that happen? We should be saving other people. Also, you call her Ford a pavement princess. Like, she's not good anywhere else. You're gonna have the Ford people coming after you after that. She's good.
The record indicates that every time this one's left the pavement, it has let me down. It's been stuck. Like right now, if I were to drive off my driveway, we'd be stuck right there.
Yeah, it's over. It really is. Like, I remember one time we were just pulling out of a grass lot and it wasn't even wet and it like wanted to spin the tires. It doesn't do good in East Texas for some reason.
And don't worry, I don't own the worst off-roading vehicle in the world. I actually own the second off-road vehicle in the world. It's in that trailer. So not to be outdone by the truck, I spent all week pulling my Skag out of the ditch. The only good thing about that is a Ford pulled it out, not a Dodge.
I am glad that that one didn't cost us any money. That was just like your ego, like, oh, I got stuck. But that one was okay, I think.
You know what wasn't okay this week? Another incident I had with the Skag mower. If you watch the other channel, you know that I'm real meticulous about maintenance and I'm always having very sharp blades. This is the one day I wish I didn't have sharp blades because I lost a lot of money because of how sharp my blades were. How much money did I lose?
Oh, you know, just $7 $20 bills. But wait, there's also old Franklin in there. Does anybody know what Franklin's on? That old $100 bill. Y'all, $240. He was upset when he ran over a 20 and he's like, oh, I just ran over somebody's 20. And then he looked on the ground and saw the other pieces that he wasn't able to get because the wind was blowing 8,000 miles an hour that day and it just went everywhere. So we are going to try to get this turned into the treasury and see if they'll give us any portion of this $240 back. But that right there, when they say bad things happen in threes, look, we're dropping it again. I sincerely believe it because first it was the truck, then it was the lawnmower, and then it was your actual money. So I told him, if you don't need the money, like just go give it to other people or send it to the wife who has the 3 kids who love to spend her money. And we don't have to do this. Like, I'm glad it was only a couple people's yards worth of money, but now he has a new company policy, which is, Cody, are you excited? It's okay. His new company policy is we don't put money in our pockets anymore because it might fall out and we might run over it.
That right there is an example of what it's like to film videos with kids. We got this kid right here that just can't help himself when someone drives by.
In his defense, they were pulling into our driveway to turn around, so he's just being a guard dog. Making
well, now that you got his attention, tell him something. Tell him a story.
Tell him something? Tell him what you've been up to. But
oh, I've just been sleeping 20 hours a day, and I wake up, I wait to bark at things I see outside.
He loves to bark at all the things. I just embrace it. He's old. He's not going to change his ways. He's a good boy, but he is sleeping a ton. When we call him now, he doesn't necessarily always answer, so we don't know if his hearing is gone. Also, sometimes it feels like he can't see as well from far away things. So I think his age is just catching up to him, which I feel his pain because we should tell him what else we've been doing this week, acting like we're like 18 and 20 years old again. Do y'all want to see Alicia showing out and what she used to do when she was a lot younger? Well, here it is. It's on the screen. I'm gonna let y'all look at it first and then we'll talk about it. So what'd y'all think about that? Alicia told me she still got it. Hey, 42-year-old Alicia still got it. I probably haven't done a back handspring, I would think, since college, so maybe 22 at the latest. Maybe I did a couple after college, like on the beach, because we used to always go to Florida and do them on the sand there, but it's been a long time, and let me tell you, it was not intentional. I was going to do a round off, a running round off. If anyone doesn't know what it is, kind of like a cartwheel. And when I landed on that trampoline, my body said, you're gonna fly. We don't know which direction, so you better pick one. And so I chose backward because that's just what I know. And somehow I landed it, but Kevin wasn't filming that one, thank goodness, because that would have been pretty awful. So I attempted it 2 more times, and I think my 3rd try is the one that you guys just watched. I was pretty stoked that I could still do it. I'll tell you, my back and my shoulders, kind of even my hips, they weren't so stoked that I did all that the next day because I was very, very sore. But I was just impressed I still got it.
Just one day, huh? No, it was like the whole week. She was like, you know, I feel like I stretched something out. It feels great. And she's like, you know, it feels like it's still stretching 3 days later.
Yeah, I noticed it whenever I went to go in my car. I was trying to turn to look over my shoulder, and I'm like, I can't, I have to like turn my whole body. Like, I have no turn in my neck anymore because things cracked and popped, and I mean, it was quite comical. But the girls were impressed. I was impressed. I kind of feel like you were impressed because you've never seen me do that, right?
So I made the comment when the kids were doing backflips. It's like, I kind of wish I would have known who you were when you were a cheerleader. And she goes, Watch this.
Hey, are we gonna show them my jumps?
I did.
I also did some toe touches and herkies and I don't know what else everything else is called. But yeah, let's just say I felt it for a while after that. But it was a fun time.
And if that wasn't enough, we decided to do another thing that's ridiculous when you're 40. 100% I expected one of us to go to the hospital. We decided to go roller skating with the kids.
Literally. So I'm on the old school roller skates. I have 2 in the front and 2 in the back. He's on the inline, which is just like the roller blades. The kids are with us. As soon as I go to step on the rink, he's like, we're not going to the hospital tonight. It's not allowed. And I'm like, you're talking to me or is that your pep talk? Because I'm not going to the hospital. So I took it easy, went slow. I'm happy to report I did not fall and hit the floor. So that was a plus. It was the girls' first time skating. They had a blast. I think in a couple more times they won't need the little helper thing that you push around so that you don't fall. And I got to be impressed by old Skaterama over here. Mr. Skaterama, apparently it's like riding a bike for him. Skates on and take off and it all comes back to you. Didn't happen that way for me. I guess y'all can tell who the non-skaters of the family are. So far we only have one skater in this family, and it's this guy. I was just talking about you being the only person in this family that can call themselves a skater. Tell them what size shoe you're wearing.
15.
Why?
Because I have a big foot.
Oh yeah. I would also like to point out, Kevin tried on a size 12 rollerblade. It was like tight on his foot and he didn't like it, so he wanted to go to a 13 just to see. They only had a 15. So he went from like a 12 to a 15. It looked like he was literally carrying around these, I don't know what, it was just ridiculous to watch, but he did it and he was impressive.
The word she was looking for is I was gliding like a superstar across that rink.
You looked like you were about 18 years old out there, baby. You were just getting it done. The girls were impressed. I was impressed. Did you fall?
Never fell.
He didn't fall either. So we call that a win. We haven't done 2 things like that made us feel like young and old in a long time in the same week. So let's just say we've been taking it a little slow. Well, I have. He's been working. He don't have time to go slow.
I will say my body did not appreciate the roller skating the next day at work.
Yeah, there's a reason we're not inside filming. It's because I didn't do a whole lot inside this week because my body was hurting and I was tired. So I did a lot of sitting and stretching, and the house has gotten a little messy. So that's next on my to-do list while the kids are away. Look at this. I'm glad you don't have to mow today. Thank goodness you got those 9 yards done yesterday, because this one's gonna stick. We're gonna have some puddles after this. This isn't gonna get soaked up. We're in tornado warnings, flood warnings, like all the things. So hopefully it just passes right on over us. We hope everyone was safe where all the tornadoes have been happening.
The tornadoes are like 3 hours north of us where they've been reported.
Yeah,
and all the way apparently to Canada, there's tornadoes.
Yeah, it just feels like a straight line from Canada all the way down. Like, where's the weather? It's affecting everyone, which is super crazy. Okay, time to move locations. I got my umbrella. Kevin, show us yours.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're so cute.
All right, let's go to the shop.
Here we go.
Remember to open the door before you go in.
Okay. My umbrella don't want to go through our new door.
Come on, buddy. Come on in. Make sure you close the door. Woo-wee!
Big thunder in here.
So tell them about the new door we got.
Do y'all like it? It's like the open air concept. Like, we just let all the fresh air and water
It's not
in.
leaking any more than it did before.
We want it to be like nature in here. And so we just got rid of that little plexiglass piece that was there. No, not really. It just decided to bloop, fall out.
Actually, it was not by accident. It kind of was. So this thing right here gets left open all the time, and the wind literally almost rips it off daily. I was mowing the yard and I walked by and just pushed it shut and walked off. and I heard a noise, turn around, and everything was on the ground.
Thankfully, it didn't shatter, which I didn't even know it wasn't glass. I'm so glad it wasn't, but still kind of an inconvenience. I mean, not that it's fine.
I mean, it's no more than the water coming in from the wall right there.
If the thieves decide to come in, they have easy access.
That door wasn't going to stop them anyway.
Yeah, if they come in this weather, hey, you can have it. No, so that is on the repair list. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. Why don't you say what we've thought about doing? Are we putting...
Oh, I thought about just cutting a piece of plywood and doing as good a job as that one right there.
Yeah, I kind of hate that idea because it doesn't let the light in, but I also...
Do you want me to cut a window?
Well, no, here was my thought I had last night. We have that door right there.
Yeah, same door. Woo!
So could we just bloop, 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 bloop?
Probably, because they're not really installed right. These doors don't fit. They don't even have a frame around them.
Yeah, I was thinking even just the swinging part of the door, like not even replace.
Just take the hinges off?
Yeah, just take the hinges off and try.
Smartest idea of the video.
I was thinking yesterday, I had my thinking cap on. So that was my idea. If they're the same size, I didn't go so far as to measure them.
Did you measure them, or you just eyeballed it?
Ish. It's about the same.
So, do y'all want to see that? We didn't film this because we've talked about this shop forever, but we did some reconfiguring in here.
Yes, so if you don't remember, all of the kids' like drivable John Deere toys were over here, which was super inconvenient because there's a step down.
Yeah, there's a step down.
So, like for me to get them out and up the step, impossible because they weigh 8,000 pounds.
If you don't know, those things are not fun if they're dead or the kid won't drive them because it takes literally me everything I got to carry it out.
Yeah, I literally get in it and just putt it because it's so hard for me to push it. So I hope like whenever the kids are done with it, it still has battery so that I don't have to push it. I just get in and ride it all the way to the door because it's much easier that way. But this has worked out great. Having those over there kind of out of the way, still able to charge. And then we move the things that maybe we don't use so often over into this corner that we know always stays pretty dry.
This is Kevin's workstation now for all of his mowing stuff.
Anybody need some blades?
We got old Bob Ross watching me work.
Oh, is this safe to be in a metal building?
Yeah, it's probably not going to hit the building.
Probably not. Doesn't really settle my soul. I need to know that it's not gonna hit the building.
And also, thanks to Greg, we got the Freedom Funnel up there watching us work. And then we organized all this.
Yeah, we tried.
And we organized our workout room because we work out every day.
No, we've been pitiful. We've been pitiful. In his defense, he gets a workout every day. In my defense, I have no excuse. I just haven't come out here. So, I think with it being cleaner, yeah, we need to do some work over there. We still need to build some more gardening planters and things like that. But just getting things off the floor has been like great because it helps us to keep this area nice. Also, when the weather isn't cooperating or it's too hot or too cold or too windy, the kids can just come in here and play. As you see, they've got their chalk and they ride in here and do all the things. So it's a great space now.
Oh, planter update? Well, here they are. They're out there getting watered.
Let me update y'all. Y'all, I thought my bell peppers were gone. They were so shriveled up. I read that they're not supposed to have water on their leaves. You're supposed to water them at the base. I thought I messed them up. So I picked everything dead off and we just started watering again. They're beautiful now. I don't have any buds to get any bell peppers like I used to, but they've come back. So I have faith that I'm gonna get some bell peppers. Strawberries are doing beautifully. They're about this big now, and one plant has like 6 of them now. One has like 5, and then one hasn't bloomed any. So the lettuce is doing okay. Broccoli, I don't know. It's doing okay.
I feel like it's growing, but I don't know if it's doing anything.
But I think it's supposed to be getting bigger, so I'm not sure. And then all the things we have in the little planters that we were supposed to be moving into bigger pots, we haven't gotten around to that. So I don't know if those are gonna do anything this year, but we have them. So I'm just happy that my bell peppers came back and they weren't dead. And now we have some super exciting news that will affect you guys. You want to tell them?
We have another giveaway coming up next month with Brooklyn Bedding. And just in time for the giveaway, we're gonna have a whole new lineup of merch that is sort of not RV related. We're actually not sure what it is because we just met with them last week, but we have some ideas coming back to us for approval. And right now you guys can tell us because we haven't approved them yet. And this video is going live in about 12 hours.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the designer that we met with, so he's even going to design something for cutting edge lawn care for Kevin and I's business. And then he's gonna do one for the Off the Path with Kevin channel too. So we're gonna have probably 2 designs for that, and then the rest will be all for paving new paths. If there's anything you guys want to see after we show you guys what the options are for like a future giveaway or future merch options, please send us your ideas, because in the past we've asked for your ideas. They've been excellent, and some of them we've actually incorporated into our design, so we really appreciate your input.
So stay tuned, because for the whole month of May, we will be giving away another mattress from Brooklyn Bedding. You guys see this awesome red shirt I'm wearing? It's because I'm supporting the University of Houston Cougars. Don't y'all enjoy this red shirt?
Can someone please affirm me to let this man know this shirt is not red?
It's red.
This shirt is salmon if I have ever seen it. This shirt is red. Yes, this shirt is red. Yours, not a chance.
Red shirt, go Cougs.
Not even from the red family. Like, it's from the pink family. If you look at pink.
How do you get pink? You take red and you made it lighter.
Salmon is pink.
Pink is just light red.
This is true, but you can call this, then call it pink. This is not red. This is a diluted red.
Go Cougs.
Yes, go Cougs. We hope that by the time you're watching this, the Cougs are in the National Championship playing against, who are we going to pick?
I think Auburn's going to beat Florida.
Yeah, we both think Auburn.
The thing is, are we going to beat Duke? I hope we beat Duke, but if we don't, we made it to the Final Four. So that's pretty awesome, because if you know anything about the University of Houston, we don't win a lot. So when we actually get a team that wins, I'm going to ride that pony to the end.
Yes, I would love to know, do we have any fellow Cougs who watch us? Because we don't meet a lot of Cougs. Sometimes we see people with like U of H hats on, but we are absolutely rooting for our Cougs tonight. And hopefully tomorrow, by the time you're watching this, we can all say, whose house? Cougs' house.
And by now, you guys, if you're friends with Cody and Angela from RV Untethered, they came to visit us in the last week. And their video was out today, and you'll see ours tomorrow. But we had a good time visiting with Cody and Angela, and they came and hung out with us. And he even brought a new toy. He has a drone, and I've always thought, how awesome would a drone be? So he let me fly it. And boy, did we go exploring.
Okay, so in Cody and Angela's video, they said if they get 200,000 views for the month of April, May?
Any month.
Oh, any month.
Whatever it works out to get the train horn.
Okay, so they said if they get a 200,000 view month, meaning their videos get viewed 200,000 times, Cody gets to install that train horn. My question is, how many views do we have to see for Kevin to get a new toy?
Oh my God. So he let me fly the drone. I'm gonna show you all this clip. My kids, I was just messing around. My kids chased this drone. It's a great way to wear kids out. I'm telling you right now, if you want bedtime to happen, just watch this. Ashlyn is leading the pack, Kayla's in the middle, and by the time Bubba gets there, they're going the other way.
Yeah, it was quite comical to just watch them running, because if you don't know what's happening, if you don't know there's a drone in the sky, they just look like they are running everywhere. And poor Bubba, he's like 20 feet away from them trying to catch up. It was the cutest thing. Also super entertaining for Kevin. And I think what it produced was quite amazing for what it cost. Like, I would have thought that whole, like, getting to see all that as clear as we got to see it and see how far away it goes, I would have thought that would have cost $3,000 at least. So I was happy to see that it was like a little bit cheaper, and maybe, just maybe, if you set yourself a goal like Cody did, maybe you can get yourself a toy.
They are super nice. They are a little pricey, but also super nice. But I think it'd be awesome, especially for a lot of things I like to film. A drone would be a cool addition. Like this right here. Watch this amazing sunset that I filmed. Actually, watch this amazing montage of random drone shots that I put together.
those shots amazing. Like, Kevin needs one of these in his life. I think he would spend hours like just dissecting how to use it best. It's literally like a little bumblebee. Like, it's so nimble and so steady. Even like the day we filmed, it was so windy, and it just does an excellent job. So I want to say a special shout out to Cody and Angela. Thank you guys for driving all the way here from the rodeo in Houston. We know it was a little out of your way since we were so busy and couldn't get up there and go see a show with you. We hope you had a blast. The rodeo is just, if you've never been to Houston Rodeo, you've got to go one time. But yes, thank you for coming here, sharing a meal with us. We had Phil and Lolo here, Thomas and Beverly, the kids and us, and it was just a great evening to get to spend time with them for the short time that they were here.
On that note, we have to get ready to watch our University of Houston Cougars play tonight. Go Cougs. Sorry, Duke.
Whose house?
Cougs house. Sorry, Duke, but we hope that you guys do not show up today and don't play excellent basketball, because we're probably going to play excellent basketball.
I hope so. We're number 1 in the country, right?
We are the #1 defense in the country, and they're the #1 offense in the country. So we're going to find out who's the #1 at what.
Yikes.
But we're also pretty good at offense.
That's awesome.
So that's what we're known for.
I can't wait.
So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.
P.S. I'll try not to take a month to get back over here to see you guys. Bye.